Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the How to Build series where we're going through every single champion in the game, rare and above, and I'm putting together kind of a quick reference, quick build guide for newer players, earlier game players who are just looking for a little bit of guidance with a particular champ. This is aimed at beginners, so I won't be going into late game strats and late game builds or talking too much about masteries because masteries can get convoluted and kind of specific based on how you want to use a champ. So we're just going to talk about how to get started with them, what direction to head in, how to gear them up, and what types of things I think they would be good at. I want to say as a quick disclaimer before I get started, I'm not saying my way is the best way or the only way. I'm not saying I know better than anybody else. I simply just want to put out these videos to give you guys a reference point for some of the champions, or really for all the champions, so that if you're looking for something on one, there's something out here for you. So I am going to kind of run through this, so get the notepad ready, get the pause and rewind button ready, and with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it with the Magister, High Elves support champ. Let's talk quickly about his base stats. His base HP is great. 18,000 is going to be really easy to scale up and make him survivable, make him pretty tanky. His base defense is it's okay. Considering his base HP, his defense is fine, and we're not going to be focusing too hard on defense anyway, so it's not super important. And then his base speed, he breaks the 100 mark, so he's fine. He's good on base speed. It's a pretty nice little base speed he's got going there, and that's really all we're thinking about on him. So let's talk about his skills. Attacks one enemy. If the hit is critical, places a 25% increase attack buff on a random ally for one turn. Now this is kind of interesting. It's a fun little thing to throw in and give his first skill a little bit of utility. It is random, so it might not always go the way you want it to go, but it's a fun little thing to just have. You can't really, as I said, you don't really want to ruin him too. You don't want to shoot his crit rate super high for this skill because you can't target who it lands on, and generally if you're relying on RNG, in my experience anyway, you don't want to set yourself up to rely on RNG, right? You want to take RNG out of the mix as much as possible. So if it goes your way, it's a nice bonus, but I don't think we want to sacrifice any of the other stats to put crit rate on him so that he'll do this occasionally, or that he'll do this randomly, you know what I mean? So still fun nevertheless. It's a nice little bonus to have in there. Second skill, places a 30% revive on death buff and a 30% reflect damage buff on a target ally for 2 turns. Heals all other allies by 10% of that target's HP. Now, 10% is really low, especially considering that he's the support on the team. So, like, if you're putting this on an attacker, their base HP is not going to be super high. But skilled up, this does get up to 50% of their HP, which can be pretty substantial. I mean, even if your attacker's base HP are around, or even if their HP is around where their base is, and it's 12 to 14,000 ish, 50% of that is 6 or 7,000. So that's still a pretty decent heal, especially in addition to putting the revive on death and reflect damage buff on someone, which means when they get hit, one, they're going to reflect the damage back, 30% of the damage back, and 2, if that hit kills them, they're going to come back to life with 30% health. So, pretty cool little skill. You 4-turn cooldown, it's up there a little bit, but it's still fine. But you're going to put speed on him. He's going to turn cycle a little bit, so it'll be okay. Kind of a cool little skill. I dig it. I like that it throws the heal in as a bonus, and that you can scale the heal up a little bit. Kind of cool. Third skill, attacks all enemies. Has a 50% chance of placing a 50% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Damage based on attack. Now, we're not going to be gearing him up for attack, so this is really just to put the heal reduction buff on the enemy team. You're not worried about his damage here, so we don't want to ruin him up too hard for accuracy though, because again, this is only going to happen every 5 turns or full 4 turns if you skill him up. So you don't want to sacrifice the important stats for accuracy on something that, one, isn't super useful. Only in pretty specific scenarios is this really useful, and it's only a 50% heal reduction. It's not even a 100% heal reduction. So it's not a heal block. It just reduces the heal. So like somewhere in like Spirit Keep, for example, where the boss, I believe it's Spirit Keep, the green one, where the boss heals himself by 50% of his HP or whatever it is every turn, right? He's got a passive where he heals every turn. Well, this will reduce that to 25%, but it's still aggravating. It would be a lot better if you could just block that heal. You know what I mean? So, again, this skill, I don't really care too much about this skill, to be honest. Okay, so let's talk about artifacts. Basically, speedy and high HP is really what you want to focus on this guy. So like 2 speed sets and an HP set. HP percentage on the gloves, HP percentage on the armor, speed on the boots. Any combination of HP and speed sets you have that shoot those stats up, that's really what you want to focus on. So he's easy to gear up. It's going to be easy to shoot his key stats up because there's really only 2 that you have to focus on. If you want to look for some accuracy in your sub stats, that's fine, so that he will land this occasionally. But again, there's usually better options for this. As far as where he's going to be useful, I'll be honest. Nothing's screaming out at me about like use him here. I just don't think he brings, like, he's got some interesting stuff going on, but there's nothing he brings to any particular fight that is crucial in my opinion. I think there's almost certainly going to be a better option for whatever it is you think you might want to do with him. I just don't feel like he's bringing enough stuff to the table. He's got a random attack buff. The revive and reflect damage is cool in the heal, and then a 50% heal reduction. I don't know. Nothing is really jumping out at me. I think I'll probably give this dude a, I don't know, like a 3, 3.5 maybe out of 10. I can't even think of what I would do with him, to be honest. There's nothing jumping out at me, which is unfortunate. I always hate when it arrives here after doing a review of a champion. I always hate it when I say something like that, but I just don't feel like this guy is going to be really worth your time, worth your effort, worth your silver. There's probably a better option for whatever it is you think you want to do with him. Which I guess wraps it up for Magister. Kind of a disappointing one to make. And again, I could be wrong. I don't have all the answers. So if you're watching this and you're using him and you're getting something great out of him, there's something maybe I didn't consider or think about, let us know in the comments. Let us know if you're putting this dude to use and you love him and you're actually getting something out of him that I didn't think about. That would be great. I would like to know that. I would love to hear that actually. I don't know why. I always hate it when there's a champ that I just think is kind of worthless. So let me know if I'm wrong. I would like to be wrong here. If you have any questions about anything, of course, drop those in the comments as well. If this was not your champion, be on the lookout. I am going to do every single champion in the game, so I will get to yours soon if I have not already. I hope it was helpful. I appreciate you watching. If you want to try to catch me live on Twitch, I stream every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/JGigs. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.